Welcome back to the Bazaar. I'm Inko, and I've got a pretty hype Proboscis build for you. I'd go so far as to say this is one of the strongest Proboscis builds I've ever seen. I really can't think of a stronger way to enable Proboscis than a diamond Shatter with a Heavy Nullfrost Altar. That's just deranged. Considering how fast and aggressive the rest of the build ends up as well, I mean, I have never seen a better Proboscis build than this. Which is deeply ironic because this run doesn't go 10 wins. This is like the 6th or 7th run I recorded today, like a full 8 hours of recording, did not get a single 10-win run. This was some of the roughest series of Bazaar games I've ever had. Anyways, no point being overly salty. It's still a sick build. I hope you enjoy seeing it come together. All right, another day, another Duel run, another disconnect. We'll get the game started shortly, I promise. And as always, end come start. Keena's a rough shop for day one. I'm not doing that. I'm going to take a medium item. It might be relevant to the build. It might, economy's fine. But just, it's not going to matter going to Keena, not for day one. There are very few non-weapon items that are winning on day one in my experience. I don't think Hantakemono's at Fang Inglet for the Fang is good enough for certain cores. I would rather go for a Fang than Overheal Haste. Fang works with like 2 cores very, very effectively. So I'm very likely to see a way to enable Fang on day 2. Whereas Overheal Haste is very specifically first aided, and first aided is not like super universal these days. Anyways, I'm just here getting chewed all by this dog, so I'm gonna edit forward to the sandstorm. But I'll also take a moment to remind you that you can sub to the channel for more daily Bazaar content just like this. And if you could drop a like on the video, it really does help it get more traction, help the channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. It's wrong not to take it, but I'm not thrilled about immediately making my Grandmaster probably tangibly worse. The day 1 railgun, huh? I really vehemently dislike railgun. Every time I bought railgun, I've immediately regretted it. It falls off a cliff when you're hitting level 7, right? The day before it goes to gold, it's really falling off. The day it goes to gold, it just keeps pace and it's still really falling off. And the day after it goes to gold, it falls off the cliff. It finally teeters over the edge. I think the new numbers on railgun are atrocious. And even though like a day 1 railgun can be sick, I don't want to mess with it. I'm taking the rocket launcher. I'll try out some Hamlet things, I'll try out some Uzi things. Not so much the Armadillo things. There are a lot of skills Pip can give to make this rocket launcher sick. It's not those 3. All right, there we go, right-handed. There's an argument that Final Flame could be better. I don't think it is yet. We also kind of need to find some more items throughout this board. I don't really want to haste the Hamlet. I guess I'm gonna go to JJ then, because while I would love to take the loot items, Micro Dave with an Uzi. Is that just good enough? At 7 seconds, this goes off way too early, right? At 4 seconds, at 5 seconds, this goes off. Then it goes to 3 seconds as the rocket launcher goes off. It's pretty out of sync. Most of the burns falling off by the time by the time the rocket launcher goes off, most of Microdave's burn will have fallen off. Then when this goes off, the same thing's happened again. It is helping each other a little bit. Definitely a situation where Final Flame would have been clearly the better choice. I'm just gonna take Green Wasp, man. It is cheaper, and generally speaking, early poison items are just very, very strong. Do I have a tech? I don't have a tech. I'm gonna buy crude tools because it can do cool things later. I'm gonna buy the, what is your name even? Chemsnail. Gonna drop the Hamlet because he kind of sucks right now. He's a little bit better. But yeah, none of this is doing anything yet. I think this is the strongest board I can assemble today. If my opponent lives for 14 seconds, then rocket launcher is equal to the Uzi in terms of the handed bonus. If my opponent lives for less than 14 seconds, it's because they've already killed me. So yeah, let's go with this.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
What do you have for us, Vanessa? Shark Claws, Orange Julian, Grenade. Grenade's being reloaded. Orange Julian's obviously at a bad value, but ooh, right-handed should have been on the grenade with a crit chance, buddy. I think I win this barring insane crit RNG. And he's getting pretty bad crit RNG, so that'll be the win. Actually, it didn't need to be that insane. No, it did, with how quickly he died. He had to land crit after crit, and that would have exactly killed me if he had a 100% crit chance. So 1 in 16 times I lose that. Happy we're not in that timeline, because I've had a pretty rough streak of games tonight. I'm at the end of a very long recording session, and I have not managed to go 10 wins today. It's kind of wild. I have not experienced this in a very long time. And if I seem salty in my video, that'll be why. I apologize. But it's been a rough series of Duel games. Like, I am already starting. My stats for this month are trashed based on today. Just, oh dear God, Dooley and Vanessa will never recover. I'm gonna take a skill here. There's just so many that benefit rocket launcher. Gotta take rightmost to match the hand that I have already. Tinker's not a great shop for me. I have no dinosaurs, so it's day 2. You're not getting dinosaur scaling anyway. But I'm happy to just take 3 loot items. I was gonna say probably just gives me a whetstone anyway. Going to spend it now and save the other one for later in case of Volpack or Barcoon. We should beat anything but Ventriloquist here. Ventriloquist is just an absolute menace. I'm gonna go Giant Mosquito, actually. I think Proboscis Dooley is incredibly real. I'm already leaning towards like a weaponized core with this rocket launcher. So Proboscis weaponized core is just a build. I haven't won with weaponized core on the channel. Proboscis is probably at its strongest in Dooley because of the new plasma grenade. Also, the misses are like insect wings, amber, just generally great items. All right, let's go, let's go. We have some sort of direction here. We're gonna make something sick happen. Oh, also, apparently we satcommed in a copper red. Not super thrilled about it, to be honest. None of these are really great shops. I'm gonna go Quixel. Plasma Grenade's just good enough that I'm willing to spend 4 gold rolling on it, but it's not great. Gonna take the Arc Blaster. Going to roll past those two. Yeah. I don't think I'm in it for Firefly. I don't think I'm in it for Pulse Rifle. Battery with weaponized core is not insane, but I really want a battery down the line if I'm going into a plasma grenade so I can get to go off at 4 seconds. Come on, give me the weaponized core. I want to play with it. I'm not going to overthink this. I'm just going to click weaponized core. I see the path before me. I want to play with it. For day 2, though, I probably just use my relatively quick items over here on the left to scale up rocket launcher. That's probably the best board I've got. However, there's an Andy right there, and I really desperately want that plasma grenade. So even though I've only got 2 gold and I would love to gain 4 gold at the strange mushroom, not exactly what I'm looking for. If Hamlet's good, Hamlet is good entirely on his ability, and he's going to carry buffs to make him good. He does not need higher base damage. Arc Blaster would be good because it makes the build faster. There's a real argument that like we're already in a place where tech could be better. If that's the argument's probably something a little bit sillier though, right? If we're going to be switching out items, it's probably something like this, because I don't care about Kim Snail's slow in my current build. So I just get the same guy, I lose the slow and a bit of poison for a bit of shield, but I get an item slot for crude tools to lower the cooldown of weaponized core by a second. I think that's just good. I think that's the way to play it this time. I want to hold basically everything but Kim's Snail. This stuff doesn't matter. We're going to sell the scrap now for the bonus shield because it actually does something. Sharpening Stone on the Uzi is probably just right here. My issue with that statement is the Sharpening Stone should be for Proboscis. But losing 10 damage, whether it's on the Uzi or the rocket launcher today, is probably unacceptable. And the rocket launcher is leaving sooner and worse today, so Uzi it is. Now, I could afford these, but I don't actually care about them. Wow, that all sucked. Tomorrow, my best build is currently run Arc Blaster GPU. The battery at bronze isn't good enough. So I might not like this, but just to make sure I have the best odds possible tomorrow, sure. Plasma Grenade, why have thou forsaken me? It is a day 2 pig. You love to see it, unless he's that one guy with Showcase fully enabled on those shield and weapon halves, in which case you hate to see it. Spiky shield, just like normal shielding, that ain't gonna do it. To be fair, this happens to pig all the time. You just play like a random collection of kind of half decent items, and then you get wrecked, because while that beats a monster, it does not do anything to a player. And you can see that day 2 weaponized square rocket launcher just says you die at 14 seconds. You're not surviving that shit. I will note that I am already out of ammo at 14 seconds. That is, I guess, what a bronze Uzi does, which is slightly alarming. Means my damage does fall off a little bit of a cliff, and as my talk about railgun might indicate, I'm not thrilled about that. Narwhal's fast, but I mean, I'd rather run fast attacks. What's Ayla selling that I care about? Like, very genuinely. Because this build is all about speeding up weaponized core to scale something effectively, and I want that something to be Proboscis Hamlet with a plasma grenade, right? Like, that's the dream. That's what we want to do. I can envision it already. And Ayla doesn't sell a single item that does anything for me. I'm taking income. Middle's not much better. I'm going to be honest with you. But I can spend all of my gold at middle buying a Dino Disguise and holding it for the entire run so that I can then die with Dino Disguise in my inventory, wondering why I never saw meta scaling for the second time in this recording session. But on the other hand, Dino Disguise Proboscis is so fucked up that I kind of am willing to go for it. This ignores the fact that I will actually go there, spend 2 gold, and then not get Dino Disguise. So let's get an economy item instead. Goodbye, Chemsnail. You might be a slow item, but God, you are the worst slow item I have access to. We crush Eccentric Aetherite, so let's just go fight that. Generally, if you beat Aetherite, it's the right fight. Rigged is insane, Ticket's insane. The average gold value of the rest of this is incredibly good. And some of that average gold value can actually contribute to your build in the form of scrap. I don't know if I actually said this on a video that made it to the channel. I don't think I have. I don't know how to handle like the actual value of an average gold spreadsheet. I think you just like put a big asterisk at the top of it, like, hey, average gold is less important than literally any hit. You should reconsider exactly what average gold means when you use this. Just gonna toss these because of the 2 items I'm never using. Pick up the force field. I have a surprisingly large amount of pivots being held considering I don't want to use any of them. Well, the GP upgrade's actually pretty nice. Not so much these other 2. Look, I know that Plasma Grenade feels like a violence tool, but trust me, it's not a weapon. You can sell it to me. Unironically, just use the core in 10 seconds. Not even that bad. It's an extra 60 damage on the rocket launcher and 40 damage just from using the core. Like, not even clearly bad. Just put the battery on this and have it go off at 8 seconds. If it went off before the rocket launcher, I would be hyped, but it doesn't. I would need a gold battery to make that happen. Anyway, that's all told not very useful. We're always upgrading something. It's just a question of what. I'm very sad to still be running the rocket launcher. I think GPU Arc Blaster is still the way to play it. I don't know. Arc Blaster is honestly not that good, but it is a weapon contributing to the damage game plan. Like if remote control is winning, then I have to imagine Arc Blaster is winning. Oh, right. I have this. Well, look, it's that simple. We're taking it out. I mean, there's nothing to be done about this. Crew Tools is sick as hell, but it's obviously not working in the current version of the build. Yeah, upgrading battery is pretty solid, actually.
Well,
this could be very, very important later. And if I find Plasma Grenade, I need this at silver tier immediately. Volpack, my guy, my man, I don't ask you for much, but I am here once again asking you for a Plasma Grenade. Look, I'll buy Hamlet if you throw in the Plasma Grenade, right? Oh, also, I'm supposed to just flip that every single time I see it. Anyway, we did not get what we were looking for. It is a silver battery now, by the way. Is it worth running over something? If I move this over so I charge the rocket launcher, right? Just kill them much, much, much faster. Cut Green Wasp because it's basically irrelevant trash. I have no synergy with it whatsoever. Yeah, I think that build's a lot stronger. Also, we'll buy both of these. That is 20 more damage with a tech build. That is another second of haste. I think all of these things meaningfully improve the build. But none of them allow me to play Proboscis, so I can't say I'm particularly impressed by any of them. Like, yeah, sure, it's a great weaponized build for day 3. I'm not upset to be playing this. I'm just upset that I'm not playing something infinitely cooler. Day 3 Tortuga, my man, calm down. My only chance is that he doesn't actually have Fast Frenzy yet. It's been all his money getting the Tortuga, so I probably kill him before Tortuga bodies me. But it's gonna be close. So be real close. We get him. Okay.
Less blunder, more plunder.
Whew. You do not like seeing day 3 Tortuga. That is a horrifying, horrifying thing to say. That guy's win rate was 1-1, by the way. And he is set to do something sick with that. We just have to go Andy here. I love clicking Mountain Pass. I need a Plasma Grenade. I am adrift in a sea of sorrow without a Plasma Grenade. Come on. No? Okay. Chris is generally a good friend, but I mean, I can't find it in me to care. What's he improving my build by replacing? He is better than Copper Red. Right, fine.
Remember, diamonds come in small boxes.
Volpack, you were just the guy I was looking for. You want to buy this random collection of scrubs I've got? Here, take my 9 gold crypto too. It's a great investment, apparently. Anyway, Rex Specs doesn't really do anything. Gonna roll and hope for Plasma Grenade specifically. Hey, it's a slow item. Now, Unfortunately, it is a god-awful, miserable slow item that doesn't do anything yet. I think if Pylon were a medium item, it might still see almost no play. This thing is so undertuned, man. Absolutely not. Get me out of here. We should beat all of these. In the name of average gold, we should just go buy a Hexa then, right? Man, I have such hype shit in that inventory to play a build that I have no tools to actually enable. We have all the enablers and all of the payoff and none of the thing the build actually resolves around, which is a slow mechanic.
Sorry.
God, that Hexa fight was not close, was it? Like, we're on path to a crazy diamond victory with the Proboscis build. I'm just so worried because I've had so many runs where I literally go the entire run as Duel with not one but 2 insane pivots in my stash and never find the tools to complete either of them. I have just had atrocious RNG for like 6 hours running right now. I don't think Kev is a single thing I care about. I'm just gonna take an experience, man. Argento, what do you have? Wow, those are certainly some of the skills in the game, Argento. Can you try again? Yeah, I think Silver Strength absolutely is notably better. The burn would not be bad, but the rocket launcher, as a reminder, not actually an item I want. And again, medium items generally don't help me, so I'm gonna take the 100 health here. 8 gold, I will sell it at that. It is another undefeated Duel. I'm very fast. I don't think I'm necessarily favored. Undefeated Duel is the scariest thing in the game on day 3. Primal Core, Uzi, Trollasar. 300 heal restorative Flintstone. Fuck off. Yeah, I guess I'll be losing. Also, his one freeze hit specifically rocket launcher. Yeah, if he doesn't have a 300 heal restorative enchant as his start, I would just win that, but I almost killed him even though he healed for 600 and froze my main source of damage. Like, my build's insane for the day, but it doesn't matter when your opponent has a restorative enchant that gives his board more healing value than some entire heal builds have, right? Please give me a plasma grenade.
Not war.
All right, Kina, I'm literally begging here, come on. No, not the Flintstones he had to rub salt in the wound. You heartless witch. I've got the gold that I'm gonna buy Dinos, guys, to start trying to meta scale the Proboscis that I currently cannot use. That's the world we live in. Tinker, I would like dinosaurs to meta scale. Oh no, it's happening again. I'm getting Dino Disguise and Trollasar before any other source of meta scaling. Not again, not again. Oh fucking hell, it's definitely wrong to buy it. I think I'm not gonna fall for it. Dino Disguise you can buy, and a actual scaling dinosaur you can buy. Trollasar is insanity. I think I learned that in a previous run. I think Trollasar is insane. I'm going to pass. I'm glad I didn't buy Trollasar. Trash Down Mayor can give me, what's it called? Augmented weaponry? Yes. You can also give me a ticket. I should win the fight, no problem. So this is just by far the best shot at giving me a long-term build because, you know, Temple Expedition's absolutely insanely cracked for your long-term prospects. Augmented weaponry is a way to scale everything without having to find dinosaurs. Average gold value outside of this is exceptional, so yeah, just by far the best fight. Dude, restorative flint, huh? Oh, you're the wrong one. I'm still taking you, but you're the wrong one. It makes the shield enchant kind of crazy, though. I'll take a lead item. I wonder if I'm supposed to just click random silver friend and hope it pays off.
Size dilutes the brain.
Nope.
Mind is highly concentrated.
Dooley does have slow items that aren't specifically plasma grenade, doesn't he? I feel fairly confident that he must. I'll go to Kev and see if I can find the shielded enchanted item I care about. Just buy shielded blast doors and hope it's a weapon build. It's not even that wrong. That's like a lot of shield. Like, I absolutely hate that to death. I'm not doing it. It's all of my gold to transition to something else. Shielded dino saddle. It's a dino saddle, except it costs 32 gold because I hate you. I don't know, Kev. I'm not sold on that sales pitch, my guy. yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that. Not that Dino Saddle ever looked too hot in this build to begin with, considering, you know, I wouldn't rely on a passive item. But wow, that sucked. I hated that. Pig could absolutely beat me at this point. I don't know, I've fallen off, and like we're right before a gold core upgrade, which is a big deal. But I don't know that I'm actually weak. Silk Scarf Kiwas, how big is it? 400, 400, only 21. 47 on the rankings is notably large as well. I think I win this, but it might be kind of close. Does he have a crit chance? 10%. Glad I dodged it. Yeah, we get there. We get there. Only had like 3.5, 4 seconds left before I died, and he was going to shield somewhere in that. But yeah, we get there. Okay. And we're going to scale up a ton when we upgrade Weaponized score. That's like double the scaling, slightly more base damage. Does it have more base damage? No, they removed that. But most importantly, a lower cooldown. Oh, it hurts my soul. We're taking the ticket. We can't skip this. No matter how badly I want to go to that Ayla, I just... It's so frustrating. And now it's a pole. He could sell Mamasar. I can liquidate a lot for a Mamasar. Can I? I don't think that's true. I can liquidate 5 pretty easily. That gets me to 12. It's a gold tier item. Need to sell another 12 gold of stuff. If I got Mamasar, I wouldn't care about Weaponized score anymore. I would just be scaling Proboscis, right? I mean, that's all well and good when Proboscis actually is activated. I have 0 slow items. Do not dare post a comment about me not buying Pylon as though that would somehow have fixed the problem to cut out 30% of my board to slow 1 item every 4 seconds. I don't really see an alternative here other than just clicking Whetstone, which I'm not excited to do, but it's what I've got. Sorry, Sharpening Stone. Always get the name wrong for some reason. So, I mean, we still just beat Lone Shark, no problem, I think. We're probably better off going to Dire Eaglet for a chance at an Obsidian Fang. Like, Obsidian Fang is just a 3-speed item with double scaling, making it better than Rocket Launcher for damage scaling for less item slots. Sure, Pawn Shark gives better average gold, doesn't actually matter. Obsidian Fang helps a lot, but I don't think it, like, makes us a good build or anything. I wonder if there's ever an argument to battering the remote. Probably not. All right, that's nice. I like that a lot. Upgrade a silver lower tier item that is always Weaponized score with what we've seen so far.
My work is for the glory of Samaska. So, tell somebody.
JJ, there's a lot of things left in the build. Highlight at gold. It's slow 1 for 2. It's not even slow 2 for 1. Oh no. Oh, the humanity. It's like right now I just run Light Bulb to speed up Weaponized score because I literally don't have a way to make the build better. And I probably also battery the Weaponized score as well instead of the Fang. Just because you're going to have bad timing. Actually, no. Like, it's always going to be the Fang goes off, then the battery goes off, and it goes off again, essentially making it a 2-speed weapon. That's probably worth. The Rocket Launcher is right out. We're done with them. And the thing I'm genuinely looking at, because I am 6 days in and have not seen a single other slow item with Proboscis Weaponized core, is can we make gold pylon work? So, like, if we got specifically a plasma grenade, you know, like at any point during the run, we would put this on the left side, then plasma grenade, then battery. Then we would have Weaponized score in 2 slots. That leaves 3 spots for very specifically Proboscis, Hamlet, Obsidian Fang. I would be willing to run the pylon. However, I could also just like keep the core or the GPU or the Uzi, and it would be just as good and not cost 24 gold. So like, no, even then the pylon's not good. I will take the battery happily. Now that it's like wasting a bit of charge, I actually will put it on the Weaponized score, assuming it's going to be more efficiently using the charge. And the scaling was probably already worth it anyway. Like, I wasn't convinced Obsidian Fang was necessarily better. It just timed out well, guaranteed. And now with the upgrade, it's timing out in a way where it's guaranteed to waste 33% of the charge every single time. It's way less good. Now, Temporal Navigator, can I buy that? Basically no, with what inventory space? I mean, I can sell rocket launcher, sell satcom, have the room for it. It's not even like super appealing though. Just gonna pass. If I buy that, I can't possibly afford the stuff I really care about, that being specifically plasma grenade. Hey, cool LEDs, an item that actually does things. Holy shit, we found one. Okay, how do I make that work? Rocket launcher, get out of here. Cool LEDs, get in the car. Hamlet, I don't care about your base damage, we're rolling. Oh my lord. Okay, we're finally doing things.
Excellent choice.
Thank you, Andy, you're a beautiful man. So the incredibly awkward thing here is, as good as the plasma grenade is, I've only got 1 ammo for it. So it goes off once, we absolutely slap the shit out of them, and then we're done. It does go off after the weaponized score with the battery though. The timing on the battery is regrettable to say the least, but oh well. Maybe it'll be better on the second volley, who knows? GPU definitely seems like it would be decidedly better than the light bulb here. The remote control uses the core in 10 seconds. The Uzi also uses the core in 10 seconds, basically. So I do think that would be better than the remote control. And we can sell these two. We're never using Chris Army Knife, we're never using Arc Blaster. Because we want the slows, we want the damage and the charging, we want the haste and the charging. I think this is it. And now with the GPU going off, this should resolve at, not actually sure how this is gonna time out and work, unfortunately. Oh well, regardless, this is what we've got. And I think it is for the best. I think this is a good build now. The weaponized core is doing a lot more work than it was a second ago. We're never running Arc Blaster. Maybe there's the teeniest chance that Chris Army Knife like sneaks his way into a build somehow. He just has so many tags. This should just absolutely blow this man up, right? That's what I think this does. Flagship, 100 damage, 15 crit. We have all the time. All right, he does admittedly have a silver shadowed cloak and a lot more health than expected, but we should just blow him up, right? It doesn't actually have that many items to slow. He only has 3 items. I'm really extremely disappointed by this man's choice of build. We still killed him. Like, this is a lot better of an item when you're, one, when it has more ammo and I can put the battery on it, but 2, when your opponent has like, you know, more than the absolute bare minimum number of active items, but we still win. It's not the Diamond Proboscis victory I was looking for, but we take the win. We got first Aiden, not super interested. Basically don't care about Ayla. It's just the Uzi, and I can't go to Ayla for just an Uzi. I'm gonna take a haste on him here. It's mostly just that my income, my economy is completely in shambles right now. And Gassio is not the store for me. Maybe Gassio was. I have a lot of small items. I mean, he's a 6 gold reroll, and I'm probably not saying holsters, right? I would love to fight Radiant Corsair. I would love to tell you that this is such a hype build it beats Radiant Corsair. And maybe if I had a silver tier plasma grenade and Andy hadn't slighted me on that one, I would beat Radiant Corsair. Genuinely, I think I'd stand a chance with a silver tier. But because it only goes off once, and that means I can't trigger it again after I've scaled, I think I would lose. Losing wouldn't be catastrophic. I'd still level up on time today. Like, obviously it's bad. It's always bad to lose a monster fight. I don't deal 7.2 thousand damage. What am I talking about? Let's go fight Joyful Jack, man. Well, I've lost my mind. Oh, it's the end of a long day of recording bad runs. So forgive me for somehow deliriously thinking that this build could ever beat that guy. Like, yeah, the opening burst was sick. That would be a little under halfway through the first life bar of the Radiant Corsair. We don't stand a chance. Poppy field, huh? I don't think the remote control is really ever getting run here. Probably the only thing worth holding is light bulb. Haste and charge, burn, gold tier skills. I think we're just going gold tier, right? Like, there's nothing that's going to cause a slow to happen that I can think of. So I'll take this. First 5 times you freeze, huh? Shield, shield. We have skills that do literally anything. First 5 times you use a tool, haste a tool. I think I would rather take the crit chance here. And I'm going to put that on the Obsidian Fang, assuming that it's still faster. Probably better to put the Obsidian Fang as right-handed over the Proboscis with my current situation. Fortunately, I just sold all my small items to make room for this Poppy field. And I don't think there's medium and large items that really improve the build other than like very specifically scrap metal. You 3D print the Proboscis. 3D printing the proboscis is so funny. Oh, that would actually be sick. Also, worth remembering, I do have Dino Disguise and 19 gold. Okay, yeah, there's reasons to come here.
Seeds, acorns.
Bunker, Flamethrower, cool cards, not for this build. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Honestly, I so rarely get to upgrade the light bulb. I'm kind of low on inventory space. I'll sell it for the extra gold. Is crude tools ever happening? No, it's not. So that recoups the extra reroll cost, I guess. Quicksilver will buy Poppy Field and sell everything I care about. Gonna take the metronome, gonna take the Uzi. Is the metronome just better than GPU, or is it worse in some way? Well, I mean, it's probably worse considering I have the Uzi, right? I don't know. It charges for 1 second when it goes off. Hasting the Uzi is pretty good though, right? I've got to think that hasting the Uzi back is worth it. I can cut the battery for the GPU because this is not going to be full haste uptime, but with the GPU, it probably is. And the battery is like not brilliant right now. And it's causing me to run out a little bit earlier than I otherwise might. Obviously, plasma grenade's also not great, but having full haste uptime on the core when all of my future slows come from cool LEDs seems important. I would obviously prefer to just upgrade, not the battery, Quicksilver. I'd prefer to upgrade the plasma grenade. Am I really not running diamond battery on this day? It's just so much damage, even though the plasma grenade's not great, right? It's gained 30 damage from weaponized core going off, so it's 53 times opponent number of items damage immediately than every time LEDs is going off. Obviously, diamond battery is sick. It's probably just better than more haste uptime. But, is haste uptime better than Hamlet? That actually might be true. That actually might be better. Because Hamlet's very slow. He's not getting charged very effectively by just cool LEDs. He's not doing that much damage when plasma grenade goes off. I think this is the way to run it right now. Just have weaponized core, keep going off, keep scaling, beat them to death with Obsidian Fang, and just contribute to the burn with Proboscis. This Vanessa's on almost the exact same run that I am. I feel favored. I feel like I've set up some really strong stuff for the day. It's a Treb build with a bronze Treb? Is that? That's a bronze Treb. Big grenade, big figurehead though. Big enough, Sorkin. I think we win on the plasma grenade volley, right? Just, God, the Proboscis hits so hard. Like, yeah, I only have the one ammo, but Jesus, if I can go to a curio and upgrade this, if I can get an extra ammo by ever finding B1, B2, or a second plasma grenade, God forbid I get a haste enchant on it and haste my whole board literally forever. It is not a weapon, so Kina's allowed to sell them to me, legally speaking. All right, so I mentioned Pylon being like maybe playable, but this is exactly what I mean, where it's like, why would I run Pylon over this many good items? It's just not sensible. I don't need another Dino Disguise. They already think I'm a dinosaur. That's not the problem. The problem is there are no dinosaurs to disguise myself in front of. Midsworth, come on, let's do it. Can't not buy fiber optics, but it's really not what I'm looking for, man. Yeah, you can have this Satcom. I mean, honestly, I'm about to sell him the Dino Disguise. At this point, the Dino Disguise is dead to me, right? Like, tomorrow I'm in the temple. If tomorrow I'm in the temple, the only way selling Dino Disguise matters is if I need exactly 2 gold today. I don't see how that happens, unless I'm buying dinosaurs. If I'm buying dinosaurs, that's a good problem to have. I beat all of these. Cosmic Rock has the best drops because feathers are insane. Predator Bot has the best average gold, but again, after today, I'll never need gold again. 12% crit chance. Actually, no, this is not the run where I have Kina already, so both of these can be very good. The wings are incredible, or sorry, the feathers. God, the burst is actually rock solid. Imagine if this had a second ammo, man. If this had a second ammo, I could put the metronome on the plasma grenade instead and just absolutely snap this in half. And it's not asking a lot. It just gets the second ammo at silver tier. Gunpowder? Ah. I definitely put that on the Proboscis at this point, though. So here we can once again go to Tinker and not get a dinosaur. That is the plan. No, I'm not even running him yet, actually. Cool. Metascaling doesn't exist. Plasma grenades barely exist.
I'm a people person, and some
Sometimes I sell stuff.
No. Yeah. Dude, this has just been rough. The game does not want to let me play this shit. Is fiber optics good? Have I had this for a PvP fight and forgotten about it? It seems like it should be good. Honestly, it doesn't really make any sense right now. Like, as long as I need to run the Fang and this isn't enough scaling, I'm just in a super awkward spot with it. So yeah, I guess I don't run it, which feels gross and wrong. Fiber optics doesn't deserve this. It is a dead dueling. Well, what are the odds he's playing a good build that just got an insane enchant and I lose? Because again, I feel pretty strong for the day, even though the build's not coming together how I want it to. Armored core, no wonder he's dead. Shielded armadillo. That's a pretty good enchant to hit. Like, by far the best possible enchant he could have hit, and also he's still instantly dead. Oh my god, don't play armored core builds. Yeah, I feel good about thinking I'm actually strong for the day. I'm not super familiar with Obsidian, Fang, Proboscis, Weaponized core dueling with an extremely finite number of slows. But it looks like I'm still favored for the day, even though I can't find my second ammo, even though I can't quite make the build work. Temple Expedition immediately before I get surprised and misclick on Kronos or something. Oh, right, I don't have a SATCOM anymore. I sold it. I'm not entirely sure if this beats the boulder trap. It beats the boulder trap. It beats the boulder trap. There's no way it doesn't. Absolutely no shot. I have a weaponized core with a diamond battery and an obsidian fang. Like, yes, tripwire is scary. It only slows for 1 second. I'm totally fine. Oh, right, GPU. I was like, why did this go off and it got 4 seconds of haste? Because there's another card hasting it. Yeah, we're completely fine. I will admit it was like a little bit closer than I thought it would be, but all told, not really that close. Okay, so we're at the point where I think I do start putting upgrades on Proboscis, assuming that if I win the run, Proboscis will be better than the Fang. All right, obviously not the Eagle Talisman. That one's pretty clearly in the domain of the Fang, right? We're never running this trash or this trash. The crit chance goes here. I mean, do I ever cut the Fang, really? The issue is just that I get so much value immediately, even in my current build, right? Just when Plasma Grenade goes off, that could immediately trigger Proboscis like 8 times. And if that happens, it's massively outperforming what Fang does. And in the dream build, I'm definitely angling for that. Now, in terms of what I'm fighting, Komots really doesn't have anything to offer me. It's also the only one I'm afraid to losing to because I have so many weapons and I feed into them really hard. Greenheart Guardian, I definitely beat. Mythkeeper, I definitely beat. I don't think either of them really has anything I care about. If I get a shield enchant, then Greenheart Guardian's actually pretty good. And I would always want shield enchant because I have an augmented defenses I can start scaling and like tons of gold to do stuff with it. But other than shield enchant specifically, neither has anything I care about. So I go Greenheart Guardian. He doesn't actually have very many active items. He has 4. It's not that bad. Even if he only had like 2 items, I think that would just be more than enough. Like, we'll just kill him with Weaponized Core Obsidian Fang, right? The damage is just genuinely very good. Would I run Nullfrost here? Hey, we got the skill. I would definitely run a Nullfrost Obsidian. Sign me up, say less. There's like the tiniest considerations in the world to an Obsidian Weaponized Core to self-scale, or an Obsidian Battery to make it another weapon, but those things sound absolutely insane. Anyway, Temple Reliquary, what are we looking at? Hey, Nullfrost Altar. So we're not getting an enchant. Thankfully, we already have 2 Obsidian enchants for our Weaponized Core. I mean, 2 of these make no sense to click, right? Like, I just click Spirit Diffuser and hope that somehow RNG wins the fight. No, thank you. Nullfrost obviously can do some crazy things. But, if I run this, I encounter the immediate problem of not actually charging my build with anything anymore. Right? Like, I don't slow anymore. There are just some immediate problems with putting it on the board. So if I ran the Nullfrost, what I would want to do is something like Uzi metronoming the core with the battery, fiber optics from the Uzi into Obsidian Fang. And the idea is just that this is better and more scaling to the point where it makes me more explosive. It makes me resilient to freeze as well. Because this is going to be scaling anytime anything goes off 20 damage on the Fang, right? And that will probably outpace what the Proboscis is pretty crazy, dude. I don't know if it will. I genuinely do not know. This Proboscis is 100 damage before Weaponized core goes off. 6 seconds in, 100 times their number of items damage. It's not even that crazy, but it'll actually be a little bit better. It'll be 130. Dude, I hate how complicated this is. I hate how hard this is. I'm gonna sell the Temple Expedition ticket because I'm tired of looking at it. I feel so sure that if I just play the same build I've been playing, I steamroll this fight. But what I'm not sure of is that it's the best thing I can do. And until I'm sure of that, I'm not gonna click go because my odds could be better if there's a better build with Nullfrost Altar, right? I don't want to throw. This is set to be a pretty sick 10-win run. How does fiber optics work? With Nullfrost Altar, quite well. With the Proboscis setup, not so much. This is kind of like if I run these, I run them together. That's how I'm feeling about it. Obsidian Proboscis is obviously very, very good. It's what I've been doing all run. But I also happen to have just like exactly enough items dedicated to it that I can pretty easily full transition into something else. The build lacks longevity. It's not super vulnerable to freeze, but it's a little bit vulnerable to freeze. You can run a fiber optics here to do some pretty sick things. I genuinely think just playing to like the strongest possible board like this is the way to go. I'm not saying I won't run Proboscis at the end of this. I'm just saying that right now against this undefeated Duel, this is my better build. If he's dinosaurs, I think I was probably better off with the other setup, but against anything else, especially Nitro Hammer, this is better. He is, of course, dinosaurs with a Rex Specs and a Dianosaur, and pretty good meta scaling across the entire run already. I'm probably dead. Well, he ate the Fang. I built my entire structure around, so yeah. With how much shielding he did, how quickly, like just tanky, anky, 740 Obsidian Dinosaur. Oh, he has Ancient Vengeance. He went to the temple and he got the best possible skill for his build. Whenever your enemy uses a weapon, charge specifically Obsidian Dinosaur. Yeah, we were actually never winning that, and all the decision making and thinking I did was completely pointless because that was an unwinnable fight. Fucking awesome. Love that for me. It's been a rough day. I'm not far from being able to run Plasma Grenade Obsidian Proboscis. I just need the ammo. Ayla can't help with that. I'm gonna take a Sharpening Stone. Hey, it's Diamond. That's a lot of damage, especially with all my Obsidian enchants. Kina, please God. The Metronome upgrade is unironically nice. It gets me full haste up time. It's not enough. That's not enough. So I think what I want to test here is running the Proboscis. Because if everything is already scaling off Nullfrost Altar, right? Then presumably, God, the build looks so stupid. I want this to work somehow. To such a degree that I'm going to put the Sharpening Stone on the Proboscis. We're gonna commit to running the Proboscis here. The issue is just like very explicitly, what's the battery doing? Like the Plasma Grenade, no matter how we line this up, just sort of sucks. I'm just gonna fight the monster fight with this. It'll be fine. Do I beat Volcus specifically? I'm immune to freeze. Oh. Am I? How's this gonna work out with Ice Pick, Icebreaker? I thought I obviously killed this man for a second, but okay, we got there. It was fine. We scaled up pretty effectively. I would like to check recap real quick, but yeah, I was constantly shielding him for 50. It seems like that was a lot of damage. Okay, yeah, I'll take the 4-second start on this, the quick. I think that's the build. Cryosphere's so funny now. It's a little bit slow for what I'm cooking though. Like 10 seconds is an absolute eternity, man. Dude, come on, give me Shatter. No. It's specifically Shatter and only Shatter. How dare you do this? Crit chance scaling is not bad because of how quickly I will scale the crit chance. And quick freeze literally doesn't work because I'm running Nullfrost, so that makes it pretty easy to sort out, doesn't it? Andy, I cannot overstate how badly I need ammo on this stupid plasma thing. Look, I've got the gold. You can upgrade them. I'm tired of seeing them in these shops, man. I mean, I'm not really sure how it would come to pass that I would be in need of crude tools from here, but it's an incredibly sick card, so sure. I would actually love to see P1, P2 here. I'm gonna take 25 damage because everything's obsidian and everything is stupidly fast. All right, this guy has died. A very real chance I instantly blow him up, right?
But I've seen my share of storms.
It is Radiant Electric Eels. He's full combo. Crit chance is 111%. He's full combo. He also has 6,000 health from a full game of knee bracing. I guess he's just gonna kill me then. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Also, I don't even get to freeze him because his one item is Radiant, so I'm not even scaling properly.
Like a boulder. I flow like the wind.
That's a bit shit. Dude, these matchups I'm losing, can you understand why I'd be salty after like an entire day of exactly this? All right, shield scaling on the Uzi is a lot, but I mean, you see the actual enchant, don't you? The build's finally here. We no longer need the plasma grenade. The plasma grenade is dead to me. Let's fucking go. I didn't check what this does. It's gotta say what you want it to say, right? Yes. Whenever anything Obsidian Proboscis, scale the Proboscis. All right, we're cooking. We're done. Plasma grenade, you were neat. You're absolutely outclassed. You're done. So my first thought is this. It seems really good. It seems like absolutely insane. Crude tools to make it marginally faster as it's my only tech is not absolutely silly. This is dead to me. This is dead to me. That's dead to me. Dino Disguise is like, we don't need meta scaling anymore. We scale enough in combat. Hamlet seems pretty good as well at this point, actually. I have too many items I want to run. What if you just don't need Weaponized core? What if you just run the Hamlet and the fiber optics? And obviously you would want to charge the battery with the Uzi to make Hamlet go off more. I think this is it. We'll give it a second in the PvE fight, see how it's working. I'm gonna take max health here. This is the enchant the build needed. I kind of want to go here just to get the Dino I don't need, but I'm not doing it. I should have taken gold there. We do have very good crit scaling, so Lord of the Waste is great. Really, we're just here for Foreboding Winds and for Clockwork Blades. Normally, Pendulum's insane, not so much in this build. So the damage should be just, yeah, a little bit nutty. We're on days 12 and 13 trying to win this, so despite how insanely cracked what we have done is, this is nowhere near a guarantee. We are absolutely in the late game lottery, and I hate to say it, but in the grand scheme of things, playing a relatively fair build. With next to no defenses, by the way. I guess I'm going gumballs here. JJ really can't improve the build very much. All right, toss some trash, make the room. I am really just hoping for green and blue gumballs, I think. Health, crit chance, nothing else matters. That is a very, very good thing to hit. Monster Ranch, what do you have? Well, it has a bit of cooldown reduction. Fine. I'm just gonna say, watching this back in editing, knowing how completely unwinnable every single one of my losses was, seeing it a second time, matching into this Duel, who hasn't died yet, despite also being on 7 wins, meaning he's winning later than me, despite the fact that my tests on the previous 2 days were like at the peak of the build's power that I've ever had on a build that could have went Diamond Victory. This man and this Duel comes in here with more prestige than me. I cannot believe this. Just look at his build. How dare he? All right, it is a Duel without his death enchant. This is the strongest Nullfrost Altar that I can really imagine. Railgun. Railgun falls off a cliff. It's not even Obsidian. I refuse to respect them. You have bonk, who even cares? You think just because you have bonk and all my items have almost no cooldown, you're gonna win? Yeah, Proboscis is disgusting. I'm not gonna... Proboscis has always been strong in its passive form. When you have Tripwire, but massively better with built-in scaling, yeah. The rest of the build got bonked. It wasn't doing a great job, but Proboscis was here. Proboscis outdamaged every other item on the board. Mine and his, not by a small margin. 320, 420, it's burn, who cares? 500, 520, let's call it 600, 900, 1400, let's call it 2000. Proboscis more than doubled every other item on the board put together. See, that's what I want when I sit down to play Proboscis. I also want to go 10 wins, and I'm absolutely horrified considering the day we're on. I'm going to take maximum health gain on the chocolate bars here. Just anything I can do to try to mitigate the chance of getting one shot. Goldie can upgrade my fiber optics, which is a faster board, like meaningfully faster. I don't think Nitro makes sense over anything here. The idea would just be a faster board with Nitro directly translates into killing my opponent sooner. I think Hamlet's just fast enough, though. Also, Hamlet's probably faster than anything else I could be running, like next to the metronome, I mean. Like, I would actually think that this is the best setup, because the idea is kind of like, who cares about getting full haste at time on Obsidian Fang when we're killing them with Proboscis? You just want the most item activations. Well, this is going off every 4 internals, whether it's hasted or not, right? So this is the best. And we want the faster when leftmost, obviously. We should crush 8-arm Davey, and I'll actually click recap here and really pay attention to something beyond, like, haha, Proboscis is broken. He's gonna die when he activates his items, by the way. We deal like a respectable 4,000 damage before the Cutlass is activated, but then the Cutlass is activated, and that was a bad decision. We were nowhere near done with the counterattack there, but quick check. Hamlet activates as many times as the Uzi, and he's speeding up at this point because like items are activating more frequently, not less. So it is the fastest item, but again, its speed is not affected by being hasted. It's just internal cooldown capped. Hard carry Proboscis build. That's about what you expect. Can't be upset with the tiny Cutlass on this fight. So Uzi means the battery goes off at 2 seconds, which is, if nothing else, another trigger of slow on my opponent and another trigger of scaling on me. And because the battery goes off immediately, that actually triggers the Hamlet as well because it's another slow. I actually think that is a pretty substantial upgrade off of fiber optics then. I'm still absolutely terrified if somebody has a Trollosaur, it can just randomly eat the Proboscis, right? Morkalot does not stand a chance. Like the PvE fights, instantaneously comically dead. My opponents that have been scaling dinosaurs for 8 days and got in perfect enchants, that's a different story. Like I think killed him, yeah, 4 seconds basically into the fight. He barely activated anything. We don't even necessarily need them to feed into this. They do, but our own burst is incredibly effective. It's just that I can die first. My opponents can be even more broken than I. You don't want to be playing anything on its final chance on day 12 and 13, man. All right, so thank God it's not specifically Vanessa, because I'm not getting one shot instantly. 6 wins does not sound like a crazy high roll with dinos. I think dinos would be doing better than that. Maybe I was wrong. Obsidian Tanky Anky, Obsidian Trollosaur, Dianosaur. All right, I win as long as Trollosaur doesn't eat Proboscis. It didn't eat Proboscis. And the reason I knew I win is because he doesn't do enough to one-shot me with any of this. I don't know. That Obsidian Trollosaur had 40% crit. I would have just died to burn eventually, so I think that did come down to RNG. They're so vulnerable to slow that starting off this quickly just makes them not do anything for a long time. And because I have so many small items, I'm probably not getting bricked by Trollosaur, but it's still terrifying. Slow skills, huh? I'm gonna be honest, I just want defense grid to try to survive the keg. No, I'm supposed to take defense grid and survive the keg. I think I almost never see defense grid on the second page, so it's right to just take Shatter for absolutely insane damage scaling. Every time this goes off, plus 40 additional damage on the Obsidian Proboscis, right? But, you know, just don't get kegged tomorrow. It's that easy, right? That was a pretty good gumball machine. Holy shit, 3 blue, 2 red. The second one was a little bit more average. Also, if I did find a shield enchant, it would not be bad at all. I would very much like a shielded Uzi or a shielded Hamlet here. But I'm asking quite a lot for an hour event, right? I don't know what JJ can even sell me. Second fiber optics isn't even good, right? Oh, I could have upgraded my Uzi there. I don't care. I guarantee you my next fight will not be decided by 10 damage. Lord Arkan's actually insane because on Wavering, I actually go off fast enough that I might get like the tiniest bit of shield before a keg, and a non-obsidian crit keg might not kill me.
Who are you?
Flurry of Blows also just seems generically very, very good. All right, that's the one I want. I don't think it'll save me from a keg, to be totally honest. What can this give me? Oh my god, I have Guardian's Fury. Unwavering is actually crazy compression. Not that my damage is coming from items with cooldowns anyway, but still. Anyway, Andy really can't help, so... yeah, sure, give more crit chance to Hamlet, I guess. I'm going to take chocolate bars with my final breath on God's green earth. Weaponized core, today was not your day. I was pretty confident that if I wanted to play a Proboscis build, I would spend my time doing something like using a plasma grenade with a weaponized core, and that made a ton of sense. This doesn't. This is nonsense, but it does seem much better. Loot item is... that's a sad one. On principle, I refuse to sell it. Pig might kill me, but I have a ton of slow and a disruption for a pig. They usually don't one-shot me. Obsidian Money Tree, Balcony. I think we're good. It's multicasting because of the... oh. What was its crit chance? 67%. That's insane. That's absolutely nuts. 2.6 cooldown. Was it start of combat haste? No, it's just that fast. 2.6 seconds. Just your average day 13 pig experience. Because if you weren't doing this, you'd be dead by now. And look, I'm at the end of like 8 hours of recording. Usually I record like half a week's footage in this time. This is how every run has gone. This is actually the only 9-win run I've had. The vast majority have been like 5 to 8. It's been a terrible day. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload a non-win run today. I cannot be asked to record any further. I need to go to bed. But like, this is how every run has gone. Like even crazy runs where it's like, you could go diamond victory on this weaponized square start. Just cannot assemble what I'm looking for. Find sick things, absolutely monstrously powerful things. Still don't go 10 wins, just fuck you now. That's just how every single run has gone today. It's deeply demoralizing. What's the crit chance from, by the way? I just assumed it was gumballs. Oh, combat medic at diamond. Yeah, that'll do it. It's just that he got the best possible enchant for a late game peg build. I've mentioned this in patch review, right? It's like any peg build is better because you're more reliably finding offensive enchants. He found the best possible one for his build. Hit diamond balcony, hit luxury tents to give it multicast. And like, yeah, I would have burst him down incredibly quickly, but he dealt 10,000 damage in under 5 seconds despite being slowed, right? That doesn't even seem possible. I must have slowed it last out of all of his items or something. It seems wild. Is something charging it? Oh, it's overheal hasted, so it's negating the slow. There we go. I didn't even catch overheal haste being part of this nonsense, and neophiliac as well. I'm willing to bet I know where the charges went based on how that went. Yeah, this jumped straight to 2 seconds on the second use. So I think I'm dead 100% of the time there. I think if he gets 0 crits, I probably still die. That's just how strong I think this Obsidian Money Tree is. Just 2,600 every 2.6. I cannot negate it with slow because of the overheal haste. No, he does have to get a crit, but dodging 4 crits at base 40 and scaling is preposterous. I think if he had gotten 0 crits, I'd win, but like, you can't expect that. I would have taken shield every time that had been offered to me just out of curiosity. Would I have lived? No, I don't get 1,800 shield. I get like 14 or 15. Yeah, just absolutely stomped by basic pig. The crazy thing is, like, when you play this pig build, you lose all the time. I don't even know to what, because like when I lose, I'm like, I don't understand. Why is pig not broken? And then I sit down to play pig and I get this build and I still don't go 10 wins. Oh, you lose to the other pig in the K. Right. Because we're on day 13. That's the issue. Because this guy's on 7 wins right now, right? He probably did win on day 13, but he has to win day 14 and 15. And all the builds that are remotely fair like mine, and mine's not very fair at all, are going to be dead or winning already on day 13, especially on day 14. He has to win against other pigs doing the same thing. He has to win against instant kill Vanessas. He has to kill against the most insane imaginable high rolls. He has to win against somebody who's doing this exact same thing with 4,000 extra health from knee brace, right? These sorts of things. I think it's kind of fucking crazy that this build did not actually go to 10 wins. I really can't tell you how to make a better Proboscis build than this. I guess if you want to go to 10 wins, one of the secrets is don't match into Pig on day 13. Another one of the secrets is probably finding more than a single bronze plasma grenade before day 9 to actually enable your slow build. That certainly didn't help me. I took Heavy Nullfrost over shielded on something else. That was definitely correct, right? I don't think Obsidian Proboscis was competing with shield. I think Obsidian Proboscis was competing with like a bad enchant, and the Nullfrost Altar was the one that had shield on it. I don't know. Putting shield on Nullfrost Altar, would that be self-scaling shield generation? Maybe. I wouldn't be able to use Proboscis then. That's the whole point of the build, and this is obviously insane as well. Because if you can't freeze your opponent, guaranteed permaslow their whole board is the best disruption in the game. So a shielded Nullfrost Altar absolutely is self-scaling shield, but also we're on day 13. Heavy gave me insane damage. This would give me like every second shield for 250 steadily ramping up. I think I'd have just gotten killed by the money tree, man. That thing starts off dealing like 5,000 damage every time it goes off. It goes to crit for 10,000 pretty immediately. Like, I'm here at the end of the run, traumatized after a bad day, trying to figure out how I could have won. I think the answer is a guy on day 4 came at me with a 300 healing Flintstones, and you just lose to that. And a guy on day 9 with high roll dinos, the charge skill, and an Obsidian Dinosaur countered my weapon build. And then Radiant Eels countered my slow weapon build. And then Pig had just an insane build. And while shielded Nullfrost Altar is absolutely a great item, I don't really look at this run and think I made any mistakes. I look at this run and think, man, that was some rough opponent, RNG. On an easier day, this could have been a diamond victory before the build even got interesting. On an average day, this goes 10 wins every time. But not on this day. This was a rough day. I hope you enjoyed the video, though. I'm just looking at this kind of flabbergasted, like, what could I have done to go 10 wins? Because at this point, I'm just Stockholm Syndrome to thinking I'm the reason I haven't gone 10 wins in 8 games. I don't think it's quite that bad. No, it's actually that bad. Holy shit. It's just absolutely wild how unfortunate my runs have been today. And this is not even the first sick Nullfrost Altar run that's failed today. I have like a 7-win Dragonwelt build that was absolutely insane with a Poison Nullfrost Altar and then Blue Beetle, Black Spider on either side to just absolutely pop off, spam the absolute hell out of items, put Nullfrost locked on the internal so I'm successfully freezing with the Blue Beetle. That went 6 wins, right? Like, I've been getting the sickest builds. Most of them just get obliterated, and the ones that seem like they should still be going 10 wins, like, I don't get it today, man. And I think with any highly random game, there's just gonna be days like this, but dude, I am so tilted. Oh man. Heavy Nullfrost Altar, Diamond Shatter, straight up could not kill Pig fast enough. With Diamond Fiber Optics, Diamond Battery, Uzi, Metronome, Obsidian Fang, and a Hamlet. And like, yeah, of course you couldn't kill him fast enough. The dude had 12,000 hit points and a 6-second kill under slow, right? With worst case RNG. I think I've mentioned before that I absolutely hate the power curve of Pig. The fact that in the late game, Pig is viewed equivalently to instantly kill your opponent with Powder Keg is just absolutely deranged. I genuinely think that if Powder Kegs type builds and Property Pig stuff didn't exist, the late game would be a fascinating wonderland of crazy high rolls like this. And instead it's just like, yeah, no, it's Pig. It's Pig with an Obsidian enchant. It's Vanessa, she found Powder Keg. She has all the support. I feel like the things in the late game are just like specific archetypes that kill your opponent instantly if you survived long enough to make it to the late game. And I feel like all of those archetypes are not good design. I don't feel like you should be able to assemble the highest high roll Proboscis of all time. Because it's not like I rely on my opponent, right? I'm doing insane amounts of self-scaling. And then you're dead on day 13, right? Like, I do want to quickly say one thing, because I've said some things that are kind of contradictory sounding on the surface. I've said that Pig is not the undisputed king of the late game, and it leaves him in a pretty big spot. I've also said Pig is super overpowered in the late game and problematically designed. These seem like contradictory statements, so I'd like to kind of clear the air on that. When I say Pig is not the undisputed king of the late game, what I mean by that is that everything in the late game is super broken, and even if Pig were the only viable late game character, that would mean you only see Pig mirror matches in the late game, right? Playing Pig does not mean you will reliably win 4 times in a row on days 11 through 16 and actually win with a late game build. because the late game is a bunch of pig mirror matches and insane deranged high rolls. Like, imagine if that guy had it not an Obsidian enchant. If he had it poison or burn on the money tree, he dies 100% of the time, right? Because he just doesn't have the burst anymore. I scale insanely and I put him in the ground. You have to high roll pretty hard as pig to reliably win in the late game because you're fighting other pigs. And even then, you're still hard countered by a fast enough freeze build if you're looking at sort of crazy dually nitrogen hammer stuff. You're hard countered by keg builds. That guy is actually doing like the best thing for pig in the late game, because to beat keg, what you do is you just run luxury tents and you laugh. But pig is very, very hard to reliably navigate to consistent 4-0 past day 11. That's not something pig can just do. Even though he's by far the best in the late game, he's still not able to do that. And I do think pig is problematically designed in the late game, because obviously he is by far the strongest on average if you're surviving post day 13. And I think to some degree that comes down to Obsidian enchant. I would not be upset at all to see Obsidian enchant be put at like half the value it currently is, increase a weapon's damage by 50%, or grant damage equivalent to 5x the values, that sort of thing. I feel like the community is probably pretty widely in agreement that Obsidian is one of the strongest, if not the strongest enchant. I think there's like some tiny consideration to heal now because of the cleanse mechanics, but I think most people would probably say Obsidian pretty immediately without even really thinking about it. Or they would start getting into nuance, like, you know, turbo and plasma grenade though. But yeah, I'm not gonna ramble anymore. I'm at the end of a long recording session with not a single 10 win to show for it. The worst day of the Bazaar I've had on record, and the number of sick builds that are not making it to the channel because they simply did not even break 8 wins is unfortunate, to say the least. Anyway, I haven't learned anything. I don't feel like I'm any better at the end of the day than I started, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it here before I start bitching again. If you made it this far, then genuinely thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.